I'm always one to share that, more is not always better as well. And so you can have a success with 2 milligrams. Other patients may need 500 to 2,000 milligrams, depending
Yeah.
on how their body reacts. And as I mentioned earlier in the show here, my body's very sensitive to different things. And CBD is one of them. I have to, be careful what time of day. I mean, there's times, as I mentioned, I've taken high
Right.
doses at night for sleep, and it works extremely well. Last night, did the same dose with a different product, and I was up all night. And so, why does that do that? I know let's get into before you and I can go on for hours about the
Mhm.
different cannabinoids, the benefits of THC again, which I am a fan of for attacking serious diseases like cancer. And you may even mention epilepsy. We work with a lot of epileptic families with their children, pediatric, and you can have CBD. And CBD is wonderful. And you'll have 25, 30% success. Add minute amount of THC, and that success rate with a lot of these patients and families that I work with will have a 70% success rate, stopping these seizures. So I want people to realize THC is not bad. It's like going out and wine tasting. You can have a sip of wine, great, or you can have 3 bottles of wine and you're gonna be drunk. And the same thing with THC and these
Well,
other
look at
cannabinoids.
THC and hunger and in seriously ill patients. It does a great job of that. And it's interesting too because part of the problem is that we're looking at CBD as this sort of one size fits all compound, and there's differences in manufacturing
Yeah.
that can account for effectiveness. There's also, in each person, there are, I don't know, there's a vast number of what's called gene alleles, which are switches, genetic switches. And two of the biggest, most widely known gene alleles in medical literature, I forget the numbers. The one gene allele I think is number 62, and it's the one that processes caffeine. It has to do with the P450 enzyme system. So if you have the switch on one way, you can drink coffee right before you go to bed. If the switch is the other way, you can drink coffee at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and be up all night. Another one is the gene allele for garlic.
So let me ask you about the switch, because back in my coffee days, and I haven't had coffee in 3 years, but back I used to live in Belgium, and so we would drink coffee like it was water with
Mhm.
coffee and chocolate,
Mhm.
coffee and chocolate, and it rained every day, so that's another reason why we did that. But I would have a cup of coffee, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and go right to bed. And so, but now I wouldn't chance it because sleep's important to me. So does that switch go on and off as
Absolutely goes on and off. The switches in the immune system go on and off. You will find a person that in their early life, before they hit puberty, they
Yeah.
will have terrible allergies. And then after they hit puberty, they will go maybe 40 years without allergies. And then in their later stages of life, they'll get the allergies back.
Wow.
Yeah, and garlic is the one. Some
Yeah, I was
people can
gonna.
eat garlic and it'll come out of their pores. Other people can eat garlic and it won't affect them at all. It's a gene allele. It's a switch. So we have a lot of switches that determine whether THC is going to work better for us or not, whether CBD is going to work better for us or not. It's very interesting.
How I don't even know if you know how we started United Patients Group. Back in 2011, when my friend's dad, my father-in-law, was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer metastasized to his brain, and he was
Mm.
given weeks to live. And we knew nothing about the benefits of the cannabis plant. But while in that oncologist office, I mean, he was on full-time oxygen. And we asked how much time do we have, and they shared, weeks. And we asked, what about cannabis for appetite stimulation, not knowing anything else? And his doctor said, go for it. You have a couple of weeks. And we ended up finding him a coconut oil capsule with raw and heated cannabis in there, both THC and CBD, CBDA, THCA. about 3 milligrams. You know what? Within 24 hours, he was eating. We said, fantastic. He'll pass peacefully. Day 2, day 5, day 8. You know, he's off his oxygen, walking around. 6 months, hospice fires him as a patient. And then we started incorporating the other cannabinoid I was talking about, THC, into this. Again, small amount, about 25 milligrams at night before bed. And at 9 months, he went and got scanned and received his first scan. It came back with no evidence of recurrent disease. And we're 2020 right now, and he's still alive, and he's had, I believe, 18, 19 lung and brain scans. So getting away from the CBD topic, it's not a one size fits all. What works for one patient may not work for the other. If he was on a straight CBD regimen, I know for a fact he would not be here today. So THC was needed. And as you mentioned earlier, CBD, I don't want to say I don't want to give anybody any false hope, but I don't want to say this is the golden pill, the golden ticket. It will cure. I'll never use the word cure, because you can't even cure a common cold, but.
Right. Well, remembering that THC is one of the cannabinoids.
So that worked with us, where others have seen success with 1-to-1 ratios. And hi, John Malanca here with United Patients Group. I hope you've enjoyed our videos. Please click like as well as subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Also, follow us on Twitter at Patients Group and on Facebook at United Patients Group, as well as for our podcast. Please click the link in the description below. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.